Hello, and welcome to the Music Survival Guide, the independent musician's guide on how to survive in the music industry. My name's Phil, a mixing engineer. Hope you're doing wonderfully well out there and surviving in the summer sun. I am not doing so well, but that's just me and heat, really. This week, I'm chatting with Evan and Liam of the Glasgow-based band Kintsugi. I knew them in a previous guise where most of the band members were, in a band called Alpha Signal, who you may have come across. So I was very, very interested when they kicked off again, changed their name, got a few new members, had a kind of rethink of their style. Really interesting. And I wanted to get the guys on to talk about it. So we discussed things like finding an adaptable and great rehearsal room that's going to fit the needs of your band, simplifying your live rig to reduce potential problems. It's always a good idea. And finally, of course, recording metal vocals when 8 months pregnant. Seems like a great idea to me. And I'm just going to stop talking and say on with the interview. So today on the podcast, I am chatting to Evan and Liam of Kintsugi. How are you both?
Yeah, good. How are yourself?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's, where are we? Sunday evening. The week beckons. Hey ho.
Every single week it comes back around.
It's a real problem. Someone should do something about that. My first question, as always, is from an online random question generator. And my question for you both this week is, what is something that you've never done but would like to try? It's quite a big question.
Do you know what? I've always had this thing where I think I can do it and I don't think I would be able to do it in practice, but I would love to go cage swimming with sharks in South Africa. I think I'd get there and absolutely lose my cool. But it's something that I'm always like, yeah, that would be really, really awesome to do.
I don't know. I think I'm just going to go with the wee guy answer and drive like a steam train. That would be dope.
That would also be pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like that it'd be like that Jeremy Clarkson moment where you'd just be shouting power.
I think my inner 5-year-old really wants to do that as well, to be fair.
Yeah. Also the noise, just how loud it is. Oh.
Do we need to give you a moment?
No, it's like we turn like a really good distortion pedal on and you just you feel it in you. You feel it more than you.
Maybe we have to incorporate that kind of sound into our sound.
I mean,
don't deny it, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, but there's the truck-based hardcore band have already done a honking sound.
A truck-based hardcore band? I don't know who this is.
I can't say the name because I don't know if it's a swear or not. Would you count it as a swear to say their name?
I don't know who they are.
Truck.
Big ASS Truck.
Oh, big ass. Nah, that's fine. You can say that.
Oh, I can say big ass truck.
Yeah. Cool. Don't worry, not that strict.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. They just start the song with a breakdown, and the mosh call is like a truck honking. It's so cool.
I think okay, I'm writing that band name out. I need to go find out who this band is.
And their merch looks exactly like you expect it to. Just impact font and clip art of trucks.
Excellent. They know their business. That's a real vibe, that. So, to get onto...
Immediately off kilter. I love that.
That's what we do.
To get onto a real question, I'm going to put it that way. How did you both get into music in the first place?
Kinda, when I was younger, I'd always wanted to play an instrument, and my mum got me accordion lessons when I was younger, which is not what a 10-year-old wants to play. A 10-year-old does not want to play an accordion. I think she had Cayley band dreams for me, and it never quite came because I think I got Mary Had a Little Lamb, and then it was this is too much for me, man. And I was always guitar. Never got the guitar, and then at some point, I don't know if it's a car boot sale or it's just someone was giving a guitar away. I ended up with this guitar that I kind of messed about with, and then eventually we get to Christmas. It's either first or second year of high school where I got the guitar and then had lessons from this old guy my mum knew, and aside from that, I feel like it was just discovering it, and finding music was just a case of old bad comedy movies like your American Pie films and your Euro trips, where it's they're full of the pop punk classics of the day, and that's kind of it's a good thing for forming your knowledge of guitar music at the time, because soundtracks on them are great.
So I don't know why I started. I think my sister had started learning flute, so I was like, I'd like to also learn an instrument. But I tried the flute and no dice. So I took up guitar, but I was taught classical guitar, which was interesting to say the least. And I actually did classical guitar. I must have been about 8 years old, and I did classical guitar up until I was probably 13, and then discovered like Good Charlotte, Avril Lavigne, Busted, and it was honestly from there's no looking back. But I agree with Liam, like a lot of early 2000s films really had great soundtracks, and the soundtrack on that movie is just amazing. And I would listen to it over and over and then be like, yeah, I really want to play electric guitar now. So it just kind of it snowballed from there, really.
Quick tangent. I didn't know you played classical guitar. That's getting brought back up.
Not very well. I just want to say not very well. That's why I'm now the bassist. But,
Fair.
yeah.
That may come around again.
Yeah, we'll see.
What made you go to bass instead of guitar, or do you play guitar as well?
Do you know what? I still play guitar, but it's mainly now for songwriting purposes in the band. Do you know what? I don't even know why I went to bass. I think someone suggested to me, you may prefer bass, you might find it a bit more fun to play, and so I tried it and I really did like it. I think I just like having like the really low booming effect on a song, because the presence is so there that I kind of like that a lot. But now I play 5-string, so it's even deeper.
Is that how is 5-string controversial?
Well, that depends on who you ask. I don't know. I don't like I play bass, not very well, but I play bass, and I don't really like the feel of a 5-string, to the point where I've got a 4-string bass tuned BEAD, because I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's not really relevant right now. So how did you all both get from there to kind of getting together in the band? How did that come about?
So basically, me, Alan, Rachel are in a band together for five or 6 years before this. I can't really remember. But we're in a band together, and band went the way that bands do, and people had other priorities, things happen, and that band kind of just ran its course, and we were still jamming every week, so it was like, it never really stopped. It was like at the end of one practice, we were like, I guess this is it for a while, we're going to put this to bed, and me and Rachel were like, all right, guess we're going to look for other bands. Alan's like, I'm going to look for other bands. We're all kind of talking about that. And then I think it was the end of one of these jams. We're like, we really like jamming with each other. We really like playing together. Let's just get other people in. And that's where we kind of got Harry, our other guitar player, in. He'd always showed up at like all the Alpha Signal shows and that. And there was kind of a plan. Well, I'd kept floating it like, bring him on as like a side guitarist, like, because we were a single guitar, and I was like, well, another guitarist on stage would be good just for the sound and be a bit bigger. So we brought Harry, and we're like, yeah, this is good. Harry works. And then I think Rachel found Evan through either Facebook or Join My Band. I'm not really sure which.
It was through Facebook, yeah. It was useful for something.
We all jammed together, and we kind of realised, oh, this is good. And then after, it's kind of all worked out pretty well, because everyone's kind of got skills that they can bring to the table, and things like Evan does all our graphic design as well as like playing bass very well.
You're very kind. Thank you very much.
We've got to have like one competent musician in the band. I just cut about, man. At this point, I'm making noises and seeing what sticks.
It's not a bad way to be. So how was your first gig? What was your first gig like as a band when you kind of got together in your current form?
So our first gig was actually at Ivory Blacks, which is, I mean, I had only moved up to Glasgow. Everyone was saying, oh, it's it's an okay venue. Any venue's great. It's our first gig. But it was, it's quite, there wasn't a lot of people there. So we didn't really see it as, anything too much more than we're doing our practice routine, but on a stage now. And it felt pretty good to play, even if, there wasn't a lot of people to see it. But, we had some good feedback. So that was great.
It was good as well. I think it was kind of nice to see as well, where like a lot of the bands we were playing with were younger, and it was kind of funny coming on like as a new band, but you're also kind of get that veteran status as well, where you're like, you've done gigs, you know how to come on, you know how to sound check properly, you know. And it was kind of fun watching that and being like, oh, we were that once. And then you kind of, and like how quick and easy everything was as well. Like, yeah, it's really good. I think we're all pretty dialed in as well as when it comes to like sound and stuff like that. So it went pretty well. We all know what we're meant to do in that, so it's all good.
I mean, to be honest, we had been rehearsing for almost a year at that point before we even got on stage.
Yeah, I suppose it was actually. Yeah, you're right. It was like a year practicing together. Because, yeah, it's funny that.
Takes time to get to that first kind of gig point, though, doesn't it?
Did we have t-shirts for that gig?
No.
No.
Wow. I mean, so have you guys had any like nightmare experience gigs or anything? This can be from previous bands. I don't mind any fun stories or even terrible stories.
We've only had 4 gigs as a band ourselves and as Kintsugi, but I mean, I guess it's a part of being young. I drank too much before gigs before and gone out on stage and butchered the songs. I'm like, I think I'm playing these great, and looking back on footage and people are like, oh my goodness, what happened there? But nothing too nightmarish on my...
I think like the only thing we've really had that wasn't great that happened was at the last gig. I think Alan missed like a wee cue in that, but again, we all kept playing and we all just kept going with that. In Alpha Signal, we played King Tut's, and that absolutely was terrible. I mean, it was a good show, but a lot of the stuff went wrong. Like me and the bass player both had tech issues where my pedal board went down, and it's like that awkward thing in the middle of a song where I'm like trying to fix things, and it's songs that need effects and that, so it was songs that were quite delay heavy and songs that had like whammy on them, so I'm like, great, none of the stuff I have here is working. And then our bass player was on a wireless pack and his wireless pack went down, which was that's not great because then you're scrambling to get a hang. But we got through that set. It's funny enough, one of the bands we were playing with was the band that our current photographer / person that works with us, it was a band that she works with. They were called Worthless, and she was like managing at the time, and it was kind of good she never saw us that night because I don't think she would work with us after seeing that me throw an absolute temper strop in the back room after, because I was like, for God's sake, why did nothing work?
This is why I wire everything. Why I don't want wireless.
Oh yeah, wire. It's why I ended up going like with the Helix floor unit, because I was just like, yeah, everything is in this now, and like everything's programmed in. I have to just press 4 buttons and everything's done for me, so nothing goes wrong now.
It's the funny thing, isn't it, that the more elements you have in your rig, the more things there are to go wrong and the harder it is to diagnose what the problem is.
Yeah, with this it's one thing I've noticed since I've got that. Like, there's a couple of teething troubles maybe the first few weeks where I was like, and it was just like wiring the thing in because I was going 4 cable on it. But after that, it's been pretty smooth. Like, I can get the thing up and running pretty quick. Like, the most common fault that I'm having is forgetting to turn my guitar up.
That's a very common one for all of us, to be honest. I've done that before.
But it's just like second nature as well, that you roll your volume back as well. I think it's a good habit.
You just need to remember to do it the other way.
Yeah. No, the worst one is forgetting to put your whammy pedal back up and your guitar sounds like a mandolin. You're about to play the heavy part and it's just like...
It's an interesting sound. I mean...
You know, we haven't had that on stage yet, but no. Touch wood.
Not that you know about.
Oh, God.
It's all right. Harry's on the other side, so he covers it up.
That's saying that. We did have a gig where I didn't hear Liam at all.
I think I kicked the cable out my amp for that one. I'm going to be real. I might have done that. I don't know.
Were you not making any noise at all?
No, I think I was. I just wasn't making a lot. I think like the cable was half in, half out, so it was like... But
I also think the monitors...
They were not...
were so loud.
Yeah.
On our side that I just couldn't hear Liam. I just had to be like, right, I will assume that he's going to be at the same place that I'm at.
Do you know what? Actually, I did have one issue with the board, and it was when we played... what was the show in Edinburgh? Where was that?
The Mash House, was it?
Yeah, the Mash House in Edinburgh. So we're like arranged in a row, like we're in a crime lineup. Like, we've got the drummer at one side, and everyone, it's like... Honestly, I'm surprised there weren't heights on the wall to, like, in someone pointing it was him, officer. Like, it's crazy. So it's like pure weird because we're all squished in, and usually Rachel's like in front of all us because she's like the singer, obviously, so she goes out the front, and it's this awkward thing of we've got our pedal boards here and we're trying to keep out of her way while hitting all our cues and that. And I think in a couple of things, but like generally nothing weird, just weird stuff so far. But I suppose that's joys of being a new band playing shows.
Yeah, you find your way, don't you? You work out I guess you do. You work out what you do and don't like playing as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like you only like it's the best way to learn. I feel like there's loads of videos of bands out there probably not being a bit silly or making mistakes.
Just got to keep playing.
Yeah, just keep playing. Like just keep playing and just stay in key.
Yeah, pretty much.
See, I have it really easy. I'm just like, if all else fails, just hit one droning note.
Oh yeah, if all else fails, open chugs.
Perfect. No one knows any different. You didn't hear it from us.
All your songs are in C. If you just hit the C, you're good.
This works. So how do you guys write songs as a band? Does someone come with a kind of fully formed idea? Do you jam in the rehearsal room? How does that work for you?
A bit of both. I mean,
yeah.
A lot of the time, one of us might have like a single riff, or maybe an intro into a verse, into a riff for a chorus or something, and then we just honestly just jam it until it feels natural to play. A lot of the time that is Liam. I've got to give him his dues here because he does bring the riffs a lot. But, you know, like sometimes Harry will have something, sometimes I've got like a little doohickey to bring along. And
I always forget the names of the songs because I only know them by their working titles. Silver Spoon's like an Evans song. That was an Evans song, which is really weird. It's the one that everyone says sounds most like an Alpha Signal song, and none of the Alpha Signal people wrote that. It was mostly Evan and Harry.
And that song was something that I had in my locker for 10 years and then I finally found a use for it.
But I think as well, like, I don't know what Evan said, I think we're trying to like writing in different ways as well. I think we're kind of hitting on a thing of we've got a tendency to get very excited about an idea in the practice room, and then everyone plays it really, really loud, and like it's that thing of your brain hears loud and it thinks it's good. So we're gonna try like more just getting a couple of us together and jamming ideas out so that it's kind of everyone can kind of hear what's going on, and it's not a case of it sounds loud so it's good, or we're really excited about this because the drums are really cool. Like it's try to maybe take more of a songwriter approach to it as opposed to
like structuring something a bit more solid as opposed to going purely on vibes. Because you know, I think anyone's got a tendency, as you said, to hear something exciting and say, "Oh, let's just keep playing that over and over until we're bored of it." But actually, I think we have started to think to ourselves, right, we actually want to structure a song properly and have it go somewhere, potentially be a little bit more progressive than just the same riff over and over. But you know, it's all part of the process, isn't it? All the journey, as they say.
I was gonna make a "Don't Stop Believing" joke, but it's cool. It's past.
Terribly sorry.
It's cool.
I mean,
keep it in.
We can do that. The thing I've always heard about songwriting that I kind of, the more I've thought about it and tried it, the more I kind of believe it, is if you can write a song and have it sound good with an acoustic guitar and someone singing, then it's going to sound good in any context.
Yeah, I think that, because, I mean, if you look at guys like Frank Carter, that's their bread and butter. If you look at, like, Biffy Clyro, Foo Fighters and all that, you could take any of their songs and, like, you know, strip them back to, like, an acoustic guitar, and those are amazing songs. Like, they're still great, they're still really catchy, like, yeah.
So where and how do you guys rehearse as a band? Do you have a rehearsal room that you go to? Do you have your own space? How does that work for you?
We use a place out in Glasgow called Transmission Rooms. Like, shout out to that place because it's really good. It's like it's good because the lady that runs it, she's very flexible, like with times and that. Like we shift, cause like a lot of our members are on different shifts and stuff. Like Rachel's got a new baby and stuff like that. Like she's quite good at working around us. Like a lot of places kind of want you locked into that 3-hour gap. Like, so it'll be a lot of night. It'll be it'll be like 3 to 6, 6 to 9. 9 to 12 and all that, but she's quite happy to work around us with that. Also, the equipment's just fabulous as well, which makes a big difference as well.
It's always helpful.
Yeah, there's nothing like going into a practice space and there being a tiny little amp there for you and a drum kit that's seen better days. But no, it's like prop.
And it's only 2 rooms as well, so it doesn't feel like you're all in other bands' business, which is quite nice. And the rooms, they're fully decked out, they're soundproofed. And yeah, shout out to Diane at Transmission's room. She does a great job.
It's really clean as well. Like, she keeps it so... It's really clean as well, which is nice. Like, a lot...
I've been in some awful smelling...
No interesting smells.
Yes.
Oh. Do you have Pirate down? Do you have Pirate Studios down here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they as well like down here as they are liked up here?
I heard the last I heard someone mention Pirate Studios. This is how long ago it was. I've been there a few times recently, but the last time I heard someone mention Pirate Studios, apparently during COVID, people were booking it out, claiming they were essential acts, and then were just having parties in there, which is great.
Yeah,
I had seen it firsthand as well. So yeah,
that's what the Glasgow ones are at this point. Like, it's not nice, man. It's like not nice, and it kind of ruined it as well because it was good for a while, and then because like people were taking the mick with it, all their prices went up as well. So yeah, which is a shame because it was really convenient. But hey ho, here we are.
Hey ho, indeed. Never mind. I mean, when you're rehearsing, do you tend to how do you balance it out between kind of running through the set and writing? How do you have different sessions for different things, or?
It all depends, I guess, if we've got a show coming up, because so the last, I guess, month and a half, we would go in purely for the intention of getting like our new songs up to speed and getting them slotted into the set list and get the set list like front to back feeling great. But when we don't have anything that is impending, it is just, we kind of bring in what we've got, open up and do, I don't know, a couple of songs to warm ourselves up, and then go straight into writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're quite happy. We're quite an easygoing band, I'd like to say. I like to think so, anyway.
We're very, I think so, yeah. Like, there's always, like, it's treated more as, like, hanging out than anything else. Like, it's not, we keep it we try and keep it, like, super casual and super, like, unless there's a gig coming up and it's like, right, we need to be doing this. But aside from that, it's just, like, we're doing this because we want to, and we're hanging out, and we're, like, we like each other, so it works well that way.
Sounds like a nice way to be.
I just think there's not really a point of doing music if you're not enjoying it, and especially with the people as well. If you're not having fun with the people you're hanging out with, that you're hanging out with 3 hours at a time.
I've met some bands where they don't.
I like them.
Yeah, they're all right. Yeah, and that it blows my mind. It really does.
Like, because you're gonna have to, like, if you're gonna be playing out of town and that, like, the idea is you're gonna have to sit in a car together. You're gonna have to sit in like a train or something together. Like, if you don't get on together, that would just be hellish. Like, it's going to be joyless.
People do it, but yes, I agree. So, how is the band managed? Is there like a single point person who's in charge? Do you share out tasks? How does that work between you all?
I mean, Liam takes the kind of front running duties quite well, but I think that's honestly because everyone else is incredibly busy, and you just end up being the one who's like ready to go.
I'm just like, right, I'm the one who says at the end of every practice, right, next week, what are your days? It, like, full on school teacher mode, like, here, we're doing this, and then it's like, cool, that's sorted. And even that, it'll just be stuff like blasting emails over as well to people, and to doing that, like, like, if we're like looking for gigs and that, I'll be blasting over an email to every promoter in Glasgow like once a month or something like that, just to try and keep to see what's coming up, what's about. But yeah, we try and keep it pretty good. But like, even that, you do all the graphic design stuff, so you are busy, you are doing stuff for us.
Yeah, I do all the graphic design, and I tend to take the lead when it comes to social media as well. And like answering questions and that. Although like especially with like direct messages, it kind of is whoever is about kind of answers.
I think that happened once. So like, I think it might have been yourself that was messengers, and we were talking away about something, and you were talking with two of us.
Sounds about right.
You're having the same conversation with two people.
It's all part of the fun.
Or like, yeah, that sounds good. Wait, what? I'm to scroll back and see what I'm agreeing to.
Alan does like a lot of the email stuff as well, but you know, like when people like everyone, we do all do bits and bobs. Like it's weird if we had to say someone who just makes sure that practice is booked. It's me, and like you know, it's not like there's one guy. I think, yeah, just how we do it.
Yeah, we all kind of just will kind of network with different people, have different people in our kind of circles, and that ends up bringing in different opportunities. So I would like to say that we all kind of contribute in some way, shape or form in terms of getting gigs and getting people shows and getting a t-shirt sold.
All sounds very collegiate. Wow, what a word. So, I mean, when it comes to recording, do you record yourselves? Do you go into the studio? What's your approach to that kind of side of things? For
this one, we did go into a studio. For this one. I think the plan is to kind of go into a studio for the next release as well. Just as much as I would love to record ourselves, I don't think it's that whole thing of the quality that you probably get from going to someone. Like, not to say that if we put the work in we couldn't, but just with how busy we are with personal lives and all that, which I know shouldn't really be an excuse, but it feels like the most efficient way for us. Also, it's kind of good to have an outsider perspective on what you're doing as well. Like, a lot of the time, someone to say, no, that's a bad idea, don't do that. And because as a band you can get really stuck on an idea and really attached to an idea, and someone who's there to say, no, do this, take this out, cut the fat, and make it think of the listener, don't think of yourself, kind of thing. That's kind of really good. Like, when we were at Alpha Signal, we worked with Liam McCluskey, who produced a lot of pop stuff, and that was kind of quite shaping for us, where the songs were maybe, I think some of the songs were 4 minutes when we brought them into them, and I don't think any of the songs were over 3 minutes after we worked with him. He's like, no, you need to trim. He made us trim the fat. He made us look at the songs. So that's really, I think that's quite good. And it's also just good to have access to maybe some of the gear that you'll have in a studio versus what you'll have at home as well. So, but we do also demo all our own stuff as well. So at the demoing stage we deal with that, but for final stuff we typically go to someone else.
I mean, there's no right or wrong, you got to do what you feel is best for your music. So I
mean, I haven't got an amazing setup, just GarageBand. So anything that is just an end product, I will always go to a studio over trying to do it myself.
So what, in your opinion, has been the biggest success of the band so far? Could be absolutely anything. Could be that you're still here.
That in itself is a success.
It's a success that we get into the practice room every week, because Alan is incredibly busy all the time. And also, I don't think he ever sleeps, maybe?
I feel like he doesn't, but no, I think he does, because he won't answer me if I message him at 3 o'clock in the morning. He doesn't. I think me and you are probably the most up all night of everyone.
I'd say so, yeah, for various reasons. But yeah. I think, honestly, if I'm going to be serious about it, probably our biggest success is getting the EP out.
Yeah, that would be the biggest one.
For me, purely because our lead singer Rachel was 8 months pregnant when she recorded her vocals.
Oh, right, okay.
And she was like, oh yeah, it's pressing on the baby when I do a big scream.
Yeah, it would.
I'll just power through anyway. We're like, okay. And it sounds amazing. So personally, I think that would be my biggest success.
And I was also trying to wind her up a little bit while she was doing it to get her to be a bit more angry in the performance, but
it just wound her up.
Yeah, I was trying to do the Ross Robinson on Iowa thing where he's throwing stuff at. It's you can't. So I was just rage baiting her, but it just got to the point where it's she's like, go away now.
And it was a very small recording studio as well. It was our friend Michael at Paper Sailor. So it's just a little bit of a box room, but it's some people were thrown out of the room.
I wasn't thrown out, I was asked to go to the shop.
that's thrown out. That's thrown out by another name. Wow, you don't want to anger a pregnant lady, trust me. That's I'm going to have to go back and listen to that EP again. That's like put it in a new light, to be honest. Yeah.
It puts it in a whole different perspective for you. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, so what goals do you guys have for the next 6 months to a year or so?
Definitely finish our second EP. We've got a handful of songs that have been started and already have legs that we want to obviously finish. But we're kind of honestly still trying to smooth out our sound a bit, because we look at our first EP and it feels not as heavy as we potentially would like, but some of the new songs feel perhaps too metally for us. So it's kind of finding the middle ground that feels most natural. So in the next 6 months, personally, I'd love to have a collection of songs that feels very us in this, in this situation as we are.
I'd probably say the same. Like, just kind of smooth, figuring out direction, and have the songs ready to go. Maybe even have like a new single out or something. But play more shows as well. Playing more shows is always good. But yeah,
nice. I mean, it's. I find it interesting that you don't want to sound too metal. Your T-shirt says Glasgow Metalcore in it.
there's a core there though. Like, I think we went too much into the metal. There's not enough hard. We need to get a little bit more of the hardcore in there. Like,
that's fair. I mean, metalcore to me is like, I immediately think of bands like Killswitch Engage.
Yeah.
Oh, he is wearing a Killswitch Engage T-shirt.
Yeah.
For anyone listening.
That's. But yeah, I think they're definitely very influential. They're definitely like a lot where I come from in terms of riffing and that, and it's definitely something I'd want to keep in there, like that vibe. But also, more time goes on, like you kind of, I'm listening to a lot of kind of stuff that's a bit groovier, and I'm like, oh, maybe just having some bits where we can be grooving out or just riffing. Like, it's kind of weird when you think of metalcore, because it's like it's such a bad genre identifier, because like Killswitch on one side are metalcore, Converge are metalcore, and those two bands sound nothing alike. Like, they sound like they're two different universes. You could argue that Nails are metalcore, even you're kind of more off the deep end than that. And you've got like Between the Buried and Me, who like take it in a whole kind of progressive journey. So it's kind of a wide thing. It's kind of just finding out where we kind of slot into all that and like what we want to do.
I had this exact same thought as well. And Liam correctly reminded me that even Cancerbats are labelled as a metalcore. So I was like, do you know what? You got a point. I won't argue anymore.
They're metalcore. Like, Every Time I Die are metalcore as well, and they sound like southern rock at times as well. Like, it's such a nothing genre name. I think it was just like bands that were it's bands that were too good at their guitars to be actual hardcore bands. You're a bit too good. You're a bit too. Yo. That's more than 3 chords, buddy. You're getting a bit progressive for our liking here.
So for my penultimate question, what is your best piece of advice for bands nowadays? Everyone's got some good advice in them.
Yeah. Go to shows. Like, go to shows. That I think my advice would be learn how to like set your gear up on stage. Like, I don't know if it's like a heavy music thing, but you always see guys just scoop the mids out their guitars, and it's like you get that wasp in a jar sound. Like, try like the mid knob is your friend to the guitar players, and just because you don't know what the presence knob does doesn't mean you turn it right down. Like, mids and presence are your friends as a guitar player, like that, and even that, just learning your stagecraft as well. Like, stagecraft is so important. Like, know how to come onto a stage, how to sound check, stuff like that. Like, I think it's so key. I think it gets forgotten a lot, because like a lot of guys are just practicing at their home siloed and all that, and they'll come in so they don't have that skill. So I'd say that's very important.
At the end of the day, getting out there and doing it.
And the golden rule: treat others as you'd like to be treated.
Treat people as you want to be treated, or as I often say, and I'm happy to say this in the podcast, don't be a dick. That's kind of what it comes down to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Pure and simple.
But by the way, you get so far in that. I think that Tuts gig, actually, we met bands, the headliner for that show not long ago, and they remembered from us from that, and they were like so lovely with us, and they were so, or even that, just like if someone needs to share gear or that, like they'll remember that and they'll help you out in the future, like stuff like that.
Definitely true. Definitely true. So to close out the podcast, I'd like to ask for your favourite song that's been released from the band to play at the end of the episode. So which song is it and why? And I'm afraid you have to agree on the same song.
I think we're probably going to agree on it. I think it's probably going to be Thorns.
Yeah.
Yes. It's our most kind of like upbeat like song that we put it at the end of our set. It really is a good closer. It's got a bit of everything in it.
Yeah.
It's got some screamy, it's got some cleans, it's got some lovely little ambient features as well. It's just, for me, it's just kind of a good all-rounder.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. It was also that song's a nightmare to write as well.
Yeah. So we're giving it all the airplay we can.
It was through so many revisions, man, but it came out brilliantly.
So this is Kintsugi with Thorns. Guys, thanks for talking.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.